Hi there, Alan Martin here from Chat Marketing. Hope you're well and keeping busy. I just wanted to record a short video because Facebook timeline is changing. Some of you may already have the new timeline, in which case this might help you discover some of the functionality because there's a little bit that's different. If you don't have the new timeline, it's coming to you, Facebook say, on the 6th of June. So hopefully this will give you a bit of an insight into what's happening and let you know what you need to do in order to get ready for that change. Okay, so what you're looking at here, the one is a Facebook page for the Fife Equestrian Centre. Now this is a fictitious business actually. It's one that I just created for the purposes of this little experiment, but it's to show you what your page will likely look at. So the things I want to draw your attention to is the cover image here. You'll see my cursor moving around. You've got your profile picture, and then you've got the page information here with a little bit of blurb about your page, which sits below the cover image. To the right of that, you have your apps. Now, the way it works is you've got your Photos app, which is the fourth. You get 4 spaces here. Your first one is the Photos, and that always stays there. There's nothing you can do about that. Always stays the same. But these 3 apps you can actually change around. These 3 spaces, and in fact you could actually add some extra ones if you wanted to. There's spaces. In the past it showed you up to 12 visible. So this is the current layout, and then of course as you scroll down you see the news feed there on the 2 sides of the page. Now this was confusing for a lot of people. Oops, gosh, go back. Don't you just love computers? Yeah, the dual side of the news feed with the 2 sides confused a lot of people, and there didn't seem to be a lot of logic about what went on the left and what went on the right, and I guess a lot of people must have complained about it, so that was one of the changes. So to show you what's changed, I'm going to switch over to the Chat Marketing page now. Okay, here we go. Right, the first thing to point out is the cover image. Okay, that's this here. Now, what's happened here? Well, the dimensions are exactly the same. However, the page information that did sit below it has now gone on top of the page. It's been superimposed on top of your image, and the profile picture, which is here, sits slightly higher up. It did sit slightly lower down in the older page layout. Now that means that if you've got any writing on the bottom part, or the perhaps even the left-hand section, it means that you'll likely need to change your Facebook cover image when this new layout comes about. And I had some writing along the bottom here, and a call to action, so that had to be scrapped. I had to get a new cover image put up there. So that's likely to be the first thing that you notice. The other thing is the page information that was sitting directly below the cover image is now a little bit further down the page. Okay, so that's here. A little bit more on that in a little while. And the apps have disappeared from below here. Now, your most important apps, if I scroll down here, this has moved since the last time I did this demonstration, but your most important apps are shown on the left-hand side down here. Now, when you switch over to the new timeline, the app that is the left-hand app next to where the photos went is the one that you can get it's shown here. So I'm now showing the contact app here, okay? But before it was an ebook, and I'll show you how you can change that. All the other apps, remember I was saying you can have 12 featured apps, and actually you used to be able to add some more, but they weren't all displayed on the page. Now these other apps you can access through the More page. You can see them all listed here. So I can go into any of the apps, and I'll show you what that looks like just in a second. So on the left-hand side, we have a lot of the page information. So the likes, information about, that was the bit that was immediately below the cover image in the old layout. You've got page reviews, and then you've got apps here. Then you've got posts to page, that's other people that have posted on your page. The photos that you've shared, remember that was the far left app. Likes by the page. and notes. Now, the good thing about this new layout is you can actually change the order. So if I was to click on any of these, hover to the right hand side, you'll see a little pencil icon with the word manage that appears. So if I click on that, I can actually manage the sections, and this box appears, so I can actually drag and drop. So if I wanted the reviews to be, that is currently top. Unfortunately, you'll see some of, I don't know if this will come out in the recording, but the top two, people and about, can't actually be changed. But all the other ones, so we can move the apps to the top there, all the other ones can actually be moved in order. So I can click save, and that will reorder the apps to appear slightly higher up. Yep, there you go. Now, if I want to reorder which app is there, I would normally have one of my branded apps there. I just doing a demonstration before this, so I've moved the contact app. But if I wanted to change any of my apps, first of all, I'll show you. If I want to see any of the apps, I can click the right hand arrow, and I can actually see the pictures of all my apps here. But if I want to reorder them, what I can do, I need to go up to the More tab here and scroll right to the bottom where it says Manage Tabs. Okay. Now, tabs and apps mean the same thing. A little bit confusing, they're using both terminology. Now, if I can remember which one it was I normally have there, probably, let's see, I've got my newsletter, I've got ebook. It's probably, well, I'll just pick one just to show you. Let's go for free ebook. Right, so we'll move that right to the top here. Okay, and click on save. And hey presto, that should, I still need to get rid of that, I need to get rid of that contact one, but that's just shifted it down. And you'll see at the top there, the free ebook now has appeared as the visible the visible tab. So that's quite good. I quite like it, and all your newsfeed is just in the single column. So that's how you rearrange the apps. If you want to change the wording or the images, I'll show you how to do that, because before you used to be able to go into edit mode, and you know, from here there was a little down arrow and then a pencil icon. Now what you have to do is go into your admin page, which you can now access through tabs here. Again, it'll maybe take a little bit of time to get used to these tabs. So the admin tab has disappeared as such, but you can get to all the information. Most of the stuff that you need is in the settings. So I'm going to click on settings, and I'm going to go to apps. Okay, now here's all my apps, and if I want to get access to all that functionality that you know, you used to have, I can click on, we'll choose this one here. I'll just go to edit settings. And you can see here, this is probably a familiar box to you. I can now change the wording that appears underneath the app, or if I want to change the image, I can go ahead and click change. Then I click on the little pencil icon which appears at the top right, click on edit, and upload a file from my hard drive. And that's what has changed with the apps. And I'm quite relieved, up until quite recently, you didn't have that editability that you used to have with the new page, with the old page layout, but I'm glad to see that they've now changed that. So you've not lost anything. One other change you need to be aware of in the actual apps, I'll pick one. We'll go to we'll go for e-training. Okay. Now the thing is, every time you open an app, the cover image is still at the top of the page. Now, this is a quick fix. I've had to redo my graphics, but I'm going to get my graphic designer to actually change this, because what I had before at the top of this graphic was a ninja design to go with his online courses, and it just looked a bit strange because we've got the ninja cover image here and then you had another ninja, and it just looked weird. So I'm in the process of changing that up at the moment, so I've just changed it over to a blank piece here just to make it look a little bit better than what it did. It still needs some work on that, but that's a work in progress anyway, guys. But just be aware that every time you're in every app, you have this cover image that appears at the very top. So go into your apps and see if you need to change your cover image too. Okay, well I think that just about wraps up today's presentation. Hope you find that interesting, and if you haven't got your page changed over yet, that'll give you an insight over what to expect. Okay, have an awesome day and see you on the next recording. Bye.